Words of the Spirit 10:26-24. Relationship is revolution. I speak unto you this day, and I say this is my intention for my people, that they would be in internal relationship with me. I do not find pleasure in those who are concerned only with the external exhibition of religion while their hearts are far from me. It is my intention that those who are mine would be ever attentive to me as the one they love and want to please. Far too many are living in their own little worlds, and their so-called Christianity is merely an exhibition of their own lives and what they want. In such religiosity they are hypocrites, because while they put on shows to be seen and heard of other people, they neglect me. Many of these ones will end up bankrupt in their faith, and they will fall into moral decay and eventually be exposed in their sins and perversions. In these times there are great religious leaders who are desirous only of money, and they will demand and command more and more of those who are foolish enough to believe in them and all of their so-called wisdom. What they proclaim to be wisdom is witchcraft power, because they have sold their souls to the devil in order to gain the riches and fame they have. However, the time comes, as is being shown in these days, when I, the living God, am doing my divine shakedown, and many of these so-called ministers are retiring or running like rats. This is because they realize that their exposure and expulsion are near at hand, and so they cleverly attempt to disappear and be in retirement. Why do men and women become so possessed with demonic powers in the name of religion? It is simply because they are full of lust and cannot control their greed for riches and the power they gain by and through those riches. Be aware that when anyone will yield themselves to the demons that want to take control of them, then they become contaminated by the lust that is within their hearts, and they are unable to think or act clearly. These ones have departed from relationship with me and taken up friendship with the devil and the demons he uses to control people. In these treacherous and traitorous times, I see all of these fools who have lived in the luxuries that they have gained through their lies and fraudulent dealings. Because these ones have proved to be traitors and are totally untrue to me, I am bringing forth a relationship revolution whereby multitudes of those who have been duped by these demonic beings are crying out to be free. Inasmuch as I hear their cries for deliverance, I am raising up my warriors for the return to righteousness, and they will give the call to these captives. The call that is being issued to the multitudes in these times is the call to come into relationship with me and abandon the hypocrisy of religion. It is only plain that many so-called men and women of the cloth are wearing the filthy garments stained with their sins and abominations. No longer can people be living in the delusion that those who are in the business of religion are therefore upright. The sad reality is that some of this world's biggest religious leaders will end in hell because they have gone too far in the exploitation and false usage of my Son's name. While they are claiming to be Christ followers, they are Christ haters. They exhibit this hatred by their rebellion against all standards of righteousness and their lust for the lascivious lifestyles they have chosen. In their pursuit of the vile, they are proven to be unworthy and unrighteous. I do not expect anything from them except feigned repentance as a facade if the law gets alerted to their fraudulence in the area of finances. Once the heat is off, they return to their same sinful exploits and do not stop their witchcraft manipulation of those who are still following them in their deviousness. With these things in mind, know that I, the living God, do see them in all of their demonic behaviors and the perversity and insanity which they do in secret. Why do people follow such perverse and vile men and women who claim to be Christian? It is because the people are excited about the sins that these creatures are involved in. The people who continue to follow blind guides are inwardly harboring the same lust as these demon-possessed leaders are guilty of. Like people, like priests, they are all involved in a snarled-up mess that will bring them to ruination, as they will be exposed in all of their abominations and end in damnation. Do not be lured into the enchantment and enticement to follow their wickedness and get excited over the gossip of their exploits. Realize that all that is transpiring is manipulation, exploitation, and manifestation of the works of darkness, barely covered by the cloak of religion. I do not want people who are claiming to be mine to remain under such coverings, because if they do not heed my Spirit's call to come out of those whorehouses of religion, then they will partake of the plagues that I am sending to the same. I do not want my people to be partaking of those plagues. I want my people to listen to the warriors for righteousness that are calling, and follow them in the relationship revolution that will keep them safe in me. When any person hears the call to enter into relationship with me, they will be in revolution against the religious, and they will declare the deceits of religion. This is my time for revolution against religion and the rebellious demons who run the religious systems of iniquity. Rejoice that you are in true revolution, which is relationship with me, wherein there is safety and sanity.